Good. So as we begin, again, nice warm mug, nice warm palms. Bring the fingertips to the back of the shoulders. And with a nice deep breath in the body, as you exhale, press the finger pads in and drag them slowly over the top of the shoulders to the chest. Give yourself a couple taps there. And then repeat, so just nice and slow. And if you find any little kernels, any little tightness there, we know to pause and continue to compress the area as we breathe nice and slow. And then continue just to roll forward and to tap. So before we begin any practice, we always want to check in. We want wherever we're going to be focusing, and today is our neck and shoulders. Just feel into what you're bringing to the mat this morning. And let's make our way. Move your coffee cup so we don't hit it. Make your way onto your back. Plant your feet hip distance apart. Come on down to that bolster or your towel. And again, support the head so that the chin is not pointing up to the ceiling. It just kind of tucks in nicely into the chest. Extend the arms out to a T, take the palms up. And just for a moment, feel the expanse, fingertip to fingertip. The chest is elevated, bringing some space into the collarbone area, into the heart space. And close down the eyes. Welcome your body to your mat. Welcome the breath into the body. And as you draw a deep breath in through the nose, let it fill the body. So that as you exhale nice and slow, you can feel the breath wash through the body. So 2 more breaths here. And then nice and slow with the arms extended to the side. Sweep the arms gently up on a diagonal. So you were making like the letter Y with the upper body here. Soften down those shoulders. The chest is elevated, so you have a lot of room to let the shoulder tips drop. Take another breath. And then continue that movement with the arms overhead, resting on the back of the hands. Reach through the fingers. Again, try to soften as much as you can the shoulders. Bring them back to your Y as you exhale. And back to your T. Roll over onto one side. Remove your props. And come back onto your back body. And again, we're going to re-extend those arms out to a T. Just want to make sure you can see me here. Okay. And without moving the arms are going to be stiff. I'd like you to move right from the shoulder joint here. Roll the palms, so palms down, not through the wrists, not through the forearms. Working right into the shoulder joint here, flip the palms back up. So feel the rotation right into both shoulder joints here, working nice and slow. Palms down, palms up. Isolating the movement just to the joint. And notice what you find there. No judgment, just notice the movement. Pausing now, bend the elbows, bring the fingers towards the ceiling, palms facing away. Draw your belly in on the inhale, and on your exhale, palms go forward towards your mat. Keep the wrists straight, the fingers, wrists, forearms all in one line. Palms coming toward the mat, not forcing. Notice your range of motion. Inhale brings them back up, fingers towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, let them lay down now. Come onto the back of the hands, palms up. Rotate now with breath. Inhaling, we bring the fingertips up. Exhaling, we lower the palms down. Inhaling to neutral. Exhaling, coming to the back of the hands. So again, just noticing the shoulder joint here. And then release that with the hands, fingertips towards the ceiling. Just begin to flick through the fingers as fast as you can. And then wide fingers and make a fist. Notice that the wrists are right in line with the forearms here. No bend through the wrist. Good. Shake it out, roll over, and let's all find a seat. So as we come to a seat, you'll always hear me encourage you to elevate your seat. Sit on a bolster or sit on that towel. Just allows the knees to drop a little bit lower and a lot of room into the low back. Sitting up nice and tall, I always talk about that imaginary wall. So pick up those shoulder tips, bring them to the ear, and then slide them back onto that imaginary wall. Same with the back of the head. Everything rests back, stacking ears, shoulders, shoulders, and hips. Interlace at the at the lap. And as we've talked about before, as you interlace, pay attention to the squeezing between the fingers and the pulling of the fingers in the interlace. Hands down to the laps, nice and tall. Take a full deep breath in. Draw the palms chest level. Squeeze now. Hands pull away. As you exhale, press the palms away. Curl the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, bring the palms up towards the ceiling, maybe arms by the ear. And then bring the hands behind the head, resting right at the curvature. Elbows are wide. Drop the head back into the palms. Open up the chest and the throat. Exhale, draw the elbows in together as you round the upper back, tuck the chin. Inhale fully, elbows go wide, chest opens, throat opens. Exhale, draws everything in. And as you tuck, do you feel some length in the back of the neck here? One more time, inhale and open. And exhale and close. Releasing now, fingertips beside the body. Nice, tall, straight spine. Drop the chin, just the chin. Don't round the head forward. Just tuck the chin in and down towards the chest. Let the weight of the head bring some space into the neck. And then nice and slow, rotate right ear over towards the right shoulder. Chin is up. Drop that chin now down towards the shoulder. Feel the movement of the muscles in the neck. Pause here. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. As you inhale, chin returns to the center of the chest. Pause here. Big breath. And on the exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Chin is up, belly's in. Notice your breath. On the exhale, take the chin towards that left shoulder. Pause here for the breath. And then gently release the chin back to the chest. And head comes back up to neutral. Let's kind of shake it out. Inhale again, right arm's going to extend up. Fingertips to the left side of the temple. Nice and easy with your breath now. Come a little bit deeper. Right ear, right shoulder. Not pulling, we're just letting that right hand rest at the temple. Walk the hand now towards the back of the head as you drop the chin down a little bit deeper to the right. Pause here, use your breath to soften so you can almost create length from the left ear, down the left side of the neck, across the top of the shoulders to the shoulder tip. As you draw a deep, full inhale, belly's in, maybe we bring the left arm out to the side, let it hover. Take that left arm back on a small diagonal. Again, right ear to right shoulder, creating length here on the whole left side. Bring the right arm again, just straight out. Maybe make some movement in the wrist. And gently lower the left fingertips down. Take one more breath. Allow the head to come back to center. The right arm re-extends up. And it comes right back down. Give a shake to the shoulders. Left arm reaches up. Bend the elbow. Left fingertips on the right temple. Left ear, left shoulder. Elbow is back, chest is open, belly's in. Now relax into the pose. So we're just allowing the weight of the hand here to deepen the stretch. Right ear, down the side of the neck, across the shoulders. One more breath. Then walk the hands towards the back of the head. Let that chin come down towards the left shoulder. Maybe lifting the right arm out to the side, reaching through those fingertips. Notice how that changes the whole stretch on the right side. Take the arm back on a diagonal. Open through the pecs, the front of the shoulder, creating more space down the whole right side. And then return the right arm out to the side, let it fall gently down. Releasing the left hand to the mat as well. Circle the chin into the chest. One last time, shoulder tips back, chin to chest. Big inhale now, reaches the arms up. As you find the prayer overhead, draw the prayer into the heart. So we're going to be working into eagle arms now. Remember, your eagle arms can be held in a hug. They can be bound. You take your eagle arms now. Inhale, extend the arms out. Right comes under the left. So either hug yourself in, draw the forearms together, or take the bind around the wrist. As you're ready with the inhale, draw the belly in, lift those elbows at least the height of your shoulders, send the hands away. Maybe the gaze reaches up towards the tips of the fingers. As we exhale here, nice and slow, we're going to begin to curl into the spine, elbows coming in towards the body, tucking the chin. The fingers come down towards the mat as we round the crown of the head lowers. Pause here for a full breath as you feel these shoulder blades expand. Exhale slow as you round and relax. Inhale, we'll begin. Elbows, fingers rise, maybe the gaze as you arch through the spine. And release back, neutral position here. Open up the arms, let them go wide. Left's gonna come under right. Take whatever eagle is good for you on this side. Lift those elbows, hands away from the face. On the inhale, fingertips, gaze, rise towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, slow now, begin to curl and round it. Draw the elbows in. Hands down towards the mat. Head. Bring some weight into all of the muscles that we're opening up in the back body. Full breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale now, big breath in, elbows rise, fingers rise, gaze rises. Return to neutral. Open up the arms, let them down. Take a little shake and we'll meet on all fours. So in our all fours, remember again to stack through the joints. Let's see what angle's better here. Okay. So run through, we all know our cat-cows. As you draw the belly in and you come to a nice straight spine, when you're ready for that inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest, and let the belly fall. Exhaling all the air out, we'll tuck that tailbone, we'll round through the spine as we tuck the chin and press into the palms. And again, that big inhale, arch through the spine, open the heart. And exhale, round and curl in. And then come back to a neutral spine. Draw the belly in. We're going to move into that heart opening pose. I'm just going to remove this here. But we're going to do this one in a more dynamic fashion. Normally, I'll just demonstrate for you. Heart melting pose. Hips are over the knees, arms extend. The dynamic version is the hips stay over the knees, but as you're ready, take the breath in. And on your exhale, slide the right hand forward, bend the left elbow, come down as much as you can. Inhale, slides the right hand back. Exhale, slides the left hand forward, dropping the chest. Inhale, slides the left hand back. Exhale, right arm forward, maybe a little bit further. Slide it back in. Take it to the left. So just bringing the chest and the soft tissue of the arms down to the mat. Take one more each side and return to your table. Take a cat and a cow. And we're going to take that same movement, but as we go forward, then we're going to circle out to the side. So as you're ready, come back, neutral table, bellies in. Inhale, and on the exhale, slide the right hand forward. You're bending through that left elbow. Take the right hand out to the side, pause there, dip the shoulder in towards the mat. Come back up, slide the hand forward, and then draw back to your table. Left hand forward, out to the side, shoulder dip here. Come back up, slide the hand back to the top of the mat, and come back to table. Twice more, slow now. Right hand extends, right hand half circle, shoulder dip in, coming back, slide it forward and down. Left, out, shoulder down, up and back. One more time. Good. Coming back, all fours. Take a cat and cow. Returning to neutral, draw the belly in. Full heart melting pose now. Both hands head towards the top of the mat. The chest comes down. Maybe the forehead comes down to a block or your mat. Draw the belly in to support the spine. Hips stay over the knees. Full breath into the back body. And as you release the breath, release the body. Let those shoulders open. Chest falls. Full breath. If you want to stretch through the wrists at the same time, lift those fingertips up towards the ceiling, palms away, press through the heel of the hand, slide them forward any amount. Deep breath. Release the fingertips back to the mat, slide the hands in underneath the shoulders, come back up to your table, flow a cat and a cow. Bring the big toe mounds together at the back of the mat. Allow the knees to go wide. Walk the hands forward so that you're on the forearms. Rest the head on anything that is comfortable. Palms are down. From here, using just the wrist. Now, flip the palms over. Draw the thumb into the hands. Wrap 4 fingers around it. Draw the knuckles in towards the wrist. Out, right and left, out to the side. Like you were now pouring water, thumbs go towards the top of the mat. Thumbs come in towards you. Release the hands, open them up. Find the prayer in front of you on the blade edge of your hands. Draw that prayer up towards the ceiling, behind the head, to the heart. Draw a full breath here. This is where I'll leave you to begin your day. So spend a moment here with a deep breath in. Set an intention for what you would like to receive today. Namaste. So as we all come together onto the back body, make sure you adjust your bolster or towel so that it's comfortable under the shoulders. Find a support for your head so that the chin tucks in towards the chest and not is jutting out. Take your arms out to a T. So my arms are on the upper side of my bolster. Palms down, walk your feet wide and just let the knees rest on each other. We'll close down the eyes. And together, let's just take a collective breath. Breathe in the nose fully. And sigh it out the mouth slowly. One more time. Full deep breath in through the nose. Let the breath out the mouth. Let everything go with breath. With the breath. Shoulders roll away and down towards the mat. As you begin to breathe now in and out the nose, maybe constrict the breath a little bit in the throat. Sounds like I have a frog in mine this morning. Just so that you can hear it. It gives the mind something to settle on this morning besides all of the responsibilities, the to-do list, emails, text, everything that we have to do today. Set it aside. This is your 20 minutes. And if you do nothing else, but just be here with yourself and your breath, you'll have a beautiful yoga practice. One more full inhale in through the nose. Exhaling slowly out of the nose, let it wash everything through. And then blinking the eyes open. Let's go ahead and begin to windshield wiper the knees. So we're going to take the knees right to begin with the exhale. As you're ready for the inhale, you'll bring them back up to neutral and exhale to the left. So just begin to move with your breath. And particularly as the knees fall one direction and the other, maybe you begin to feel the movement through the side body, the side ribs, the IT band through the outside of the leg. Couple more sweeps here. And the next time the legs are over to the left, just roll over to that side. Let's remove our block, our bolster or our towel. Keeping the legs over to the left, come back down onto your back bodies, arms nice and wide into a T shape. So just settle the legs here and let's just begin to work into some shoulder openings here. So with the right hand, let's sweep the right hand towards the right hip. Pick up that arm, bring it across the body towards that left arm, and then drag the fingertips along the floor over your head so that you return back to center. So let's try that again. Inhaling fully, belly's in, right hand comes towards the right hip. It circles across the body towards the left arm, back overhead, and to your starting position. One last time, notice how that feels in the shoulder. Really feel for that extension through the fingers, and then come back to center. Now, if you've had a shoulder injury, shoulder surgery, and that bringing the arm over the head and back around does not feel good in your body, simply just bring the arm back up towards the ceiling and over. Okay, bring the knees back to center and drop them now over to the right. So pause here first, feel the length you're creating in the side body down the side of the leg. And here we'll begin. Left hand comes down towards that left hip. Circle it across the body over towards that right hand. Let those fingers drag along the floor overhead and come back out to your T shape. Twice more, nice and slow. See how fluid you can make the movements. And again, remember the modification if it serves you on this side. One more time. Nice. Bring the knees back up to center. Let them go to the left. Right hand, we're going to draw in the knees this time. So we're going to switch it up a little bit. Right hand comes down towards that right hip, circles across the body towards the left hand. And as it comes overhead, we pick up the knees to go with it. And knees fall to the right as the hand comes back to the right. Left arm comes down towards the left hip. We circle it around the body As it comes overhead, knees come back with it over to the left. So we're just making these big circles. Right arm comes towards the left arm, circle it around. So we're sweeping the arms and the legs, just finding a lot of space here in the body. And then return to center. Let the knees fall in. Take a breath here. And then heel toe the feet back to center, roll to one side, and let's make our way to a seat. So just getting movement in the hip joint and the shoulder joints here. Elevate your seat if that helps. Crisscross the legs. Sit up nice and tall. As you place your hands gently on your thighs, begin here, little circles through the spine. So it doesn't matter which direction you pick. Just begin to feel into the movement of the spine, any tightness that you might feel there, pay attention to. Begin maybe to slide the hands down towards the knees as you make the circles just a little bit bigger, drawing the body forward and rocking it back. And then slowly winding it back down to neutral. And we'll reverse that action. So nice and easy, take it the other way. And then make it as big as feels good. Remember your breath here. And then slowly begin to wind down. As you come back to center again, hugging in that whole pelvic floor in and up. Let's take the arms overhead, reach through the fingers. And then as you reach for the fingers, maybe the gaze goes up, maybe it doesn't matter. Reach the right hand higher. So long stretch, hip bone all the way to the fingers, and then switch it out. So just like you're climbing a rope, find length on one side of the body, then switch it out to the other. A couple more. Feel into the ribs. Finish this side up. And then that side, and then hands come down just to the shins, a couple cat-cows here. So when you're ready, we'll just begin with the inhale. Draw the chest forward as you arch the spine. Maybe gaze goes towards the ceiling. And then as you're ready for the exhale, begin to roll back onto the tailbone, round the spine, tuck the chin. Twice more like that. Big inhale draws the heart forward, arching. And exhaling to round. One more, inhale. And exhale. Nice. Roll over onto all fours. We'll take that same cat-cow movement on our hands and our knees. So stacking again through your joints, spread the fingers wide, gaze through your knees. You can't see your toes back there. They're directly behind the knees. Draw the belly in as you press the palms into the mat, finding that neutral table here. And then when you're ready for the breath, take that big inhale, tailbone rises, belly drops, chest lifts. And then we press into the mat as that tailbone curls in and we begin to round through the spine, find space through those shoulder blades, tuck the chin. Twice more like that, your breath. Open up, belly drops. Let the exhale be slow as you round back in. One more. And we'll come back to that neutral table. Pick up that right hand so you can swing the right foot in front of you, coming into your low lunge. So just stacking the ankle over the knee. You can untuck the back toe or leave it tucked, your choice. Bring the hands right to the thighs. Press the hands into the thighs to find length into the whole back body. Draw the belly in. And from this position, bring your hand to your right hip and draw your left arm up and overhead. So reach through those fingers, and then we're just going to take a nice side bend over to the right. So fingers head overhead to the right, creating lots of space here in the left side body. Send that elbow back so that you're not collapsing in the chest. Draw a nice deep breath. Re-extend the arm up to the ceiling, circle it down, plant the hand right inside that front foot, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, take a twist here over that right knee. Make sure you keep the knee in line with the foot. So the knee's going to want to splay out. See if you can hug that knee in, stack through the shoulders. Take that arm back behind you, circle it down, bring it around and back up. Let's take 2 more nice slow circles. And then as you complete the last one, hand comes inside the foot. So both hands are inside now. We're going to take a walk to the long edge of our mat. Pigeon toe the feet in. Let the body hang here. Dangle the head, dangle the arms. So here, just natural traction through the spine. Take a full breath. See what you're trying to hold on to here. Let it go. Sometimes we try to make it a little more difficult than it is. Full deep breath. And then walk the hands forward, just like your down dog position. Hips stay back. Reach through those fingers. Let the head fall here. Chest sinks down towards the mat. Fingers reach, bellies in. Long line from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Big breath. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Plant the left hand right underneath the face. Spread the fingers wide. When you're ready, take that right arm out to the side and up towards the ceiling. Again, a nice twist here. Hold the belly in. Massage those digestive organs. Roll through your upper wrist. Flare the fingers. Make a fist. And then bend that top elbow, take a half bind here. So bring the back of the hand to the back body or the sideways. Press the back of the hand into the body, turn the torso. Big breath in, slow breath out. Re-extend the arm, reach through the fingers, and then slowly right hand's going to replace the left. Spread the fingers, left arm to the side and up. So reaching, press down through the bottom palm, reach through those top fingers. Maybe take a twirl through the wrist. Wake up the finger joints, spread them wide and make a fist. And let's find that half bind on this side. So bend the elbow, bring the hand to the back body, press the back of the hand into the body, let that rotate you open just a little bit more. Notice your breath. Can you draw a nice deep breath in? A nice slow breath out. Re-extend the arm to the ceiling and nice and slow. Both hands down to the mat. Flip the fingers so now they're pointing towards you. Just pause there to get a nice stretch through the front of the wrists. And then send those fingers back behind you. So walk them as far back as you can. Head coming down towards the mat. Arms are straight on your fingertips. Big stretch. And then return. Hands right underneath the shoulders. Find that half lift. Chest lifts, back is straight, gaze is straight down. And then fold forward. And then walk your hands now to the other end of your mat, pivoting the feet around and drop the back knee. Low lunge, second side. Pull yourself up, hands onto the thighs. Check your alignment, knee and ankle here. Find length in the spine. Big breath. And then we'll place the left hand at the left hip. We'll take that right arm out to the side, up overhead, and then take a lateral. So again, fingertips reaching over towards the left, any amount. Check again, elbow goes back. Breathe into the side ribs. Belly's in. Re-extend the arm up to the ceiling. Circle it back behind you. 3 full circles here, nice and slow. Reaching up, reaching back, reaching down. With your breath flow. And as you finish the last one, tuck the back toes, plant the right hand inside the foot, lift the back knee, take a nice twist over to the left. Hug that left knee in, sink the hips down, stack the shoulders, and notice your breath. Big breath. Circle the hand down to frame the front foot. Press into the palms. Send the front foot back to meet the left as you find your plank pose. Heels back, chest forward. Press into the hands here. 3 rounds of breath. If you're wobbling, that's good. All those stabilizer muscles kicking in to support you this morning. We can all use stabilizer muscles, right? One more breath. Drop the knees. Sink the hips back towards the heels. Reach the fingertips long, long, long in front of you. Active hands, so forearms are not laying on the mat. Head can float. Head can rest on the mat. And then take that right arm, slide it out to the side and down towards your foot. Flip the palm. Left arm slides out to the side, down towards the foot. Flip the palm. Untuck the toes. Now support the head on a mat, a block, or a pillow. Shoulders round in. Draw the big breath now, back body breathing. Flare the back ribs. Inflate the back of the lungs. And then let the breath go so slow. You can feel the space between every vertebrae. Spend as long as you can here. We'll close this session and I'll look for you tomorrow. Namaste. Good morning, and I think we're going to start calling this class Core and More. So today's practice will be 20 minutes of our regular sequenced core class. And then afterwards, we're just going to flow into a nice little yoga practice. So as we come down onto our mat, again, something underneath, and this is important for our core class. We want to lift up the thoracic because as we move into our first set, we're coming from the heart lower, the head lower than the heart, and pulling everything up. So find whatever, a block, a bolster, or your towel. Place it on the mat. Make sure you have your block nearby. As a matter of fact, why don't you place it underneath your head just for the beginning here to support the head. The feet flat on the mat, hip distance apart. Settle in here. Get super comfortable. Bring the hands to the heart and the belly. Draw a full deep breath in through the nose. Maybe pause the breath at the top where you feel so full you could almost pop. And then release the breath nice and slow. And as the breath leaves the body, let the body melt down onto the mat. The shoulders, shoulder tips fall away from the ears. The belly softens, the hips get heavy. Draw that prana back into the body through the nose. Expand through the collarbone. Expand through the ribs. And again, pause that breath. All the air, all the prana inside. Then release the breath nice and slow. Take a moment here as the body melts on the mat. Just set maybe a one-word intention for your day-to-day. We come to our mat for various reasons. Each day is different. What do you need today? Big breath in. This time, sigh it out the mouth. Let everything go. Keep the prop underneath the shoulders. We're going to use that for our core work, but remove the block from underneath the head. Bring the head back down to the mat. Just take a moment here to allow now with the chest elevated, the back of the head on the mat. Just let the expansion across the chest, across that whole thoracic rib area, relax. Then bring the heels of the hands to the hip crease. So just a check-in to begin. Fingers pointing towards the knees. Draw that belly, that pelvic floor in and up like you could tuck it underneath those low ribs. And as you're ready, exhale. Let the hands slide up towards the knees, nice and easy. First one, lifting shoulders, head off the mat. And then glide the hands back towards that hip crease as you lower down. So take 4 more on your own with breath. Exhale, we bring everything up. Hands slide towards the knees. Inhale, we relax everything down. So this is the time, as you're doing this, to maybe notice whether you need to unroll some of that towel so it's not quite as intense, or whether you might need just a little bit more lift through the shoulders to add some intensity. So you get to choose. Last one, come back down. This sequence, I say it all the time, is the same Wednesday course sequence, and there's a reason for it. When we interlace behind our head, and let's all do that, and point our elbows up towards the ceiling, the gaze needs to stay up towards the ceiling or toward the top of the knees. No cranking the neck here during core to look at your device. So try and maintain the gaze up, elbows up, breath nice and easy. Adjust your towel or bolster if you need to. And let's begin. On your inhale, come up halfway. Halfway being the spine is now straight, neck in line with the spine, like you were laying on the floor. Exhale, we curl in, elbows towards those knees without pulling on the head. Inhale, come back halfway. And exhale, release everything down. Again, inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, curls it in. Inhale, halfway down. And exhale, release. Take 3 on your own with breath. As you finish the last one, head rest. Open up the elbows, let space and breath come into the whole shoulders, upper ribs, relax here. Option to stay with the exact same 4 counts. I'm going to add in lifting a knee and an elbow. You take what you need today. Take a breath, let it go. Elbows up. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, knee lifts, elbow reaches. Come back halfway down and lower. Second side, up halfway. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, halfway and lower. Let's take 3 more. Up, cross, up, relax. Up, elbow to the knee, not knee to the elbow. Back halfway and down. Up, exhale, relax. Finish your last round. Relax down, open up the elbows, open up the chest. Take a nice full deep breath, belly soft here. Inhale fully and exhale slow. Nice. Roll to one side, remove the towel or bolster, come back down onto the back body, onto your mat, and take a long stretch here. Fingers away from toes. And then bring the feet back by the sit bones, setting up for that bridge position. Press into your feet, lift the hips up. Let's spend just a breath or 2 here in bridge. So in your bridge pose, squeeze your shoulder blades underneath the body. Let the weight rest on the top of the shoulders. As you lift the hips, send the knees to the back of the mat so you get this nice long slope. Knees, hips, hips, chest, shoulders. Take a breath. And then grab for your bolster, your block, whatever you're using to come into a supported bridge pose. So we're going to just slide that underneath the body so that the sacrum, that space between the flesh of the glutes and the low back, there's a nice shelf there. We're just going to come down and rest the body on our prop right there. It should feel comfortable. It should feel safe. So get yourself situated, and then we'll bring legs to tabletop. So again, knees are right over the hip points. Draw the belly in and up. And then as you're ready, we're just going to heel tap. So beginning with the left, just drop the heel down. And inhale, bring it back. Opposite side, we tap. Slowly draw it up. So I rest my fingers at the low belly because I like to know where I'm actually working. Continue on, alternating. but you can hold on to the side of your mat. That gives you a little more leverage. Let's take about 3 more complete rounds with your breath. Belly's drawn in. Relax those shoulders. And make sure you breathe. When we work core, it's really easy to hold our breath. Let the breath flow all the way down into the belly. Finishing up each side. Draw the knees into the chest. So using the support underneath your sacrum, as you draw the knees into the chest, let that tailbone round up. Feel a nice stretch through the spine. And then release that. You can stay with your tabletop legs, heel taps, or extend the legs up, soles of the feet towards the ceiling. We'll do the exact same thing. I just want you to pay attention to your low back here. So keep the belly really engaged here to protect the back. And if you feel anything in your back, don't come down as far. As you're ready, big inhale, drop the heel. And as you inhale, squeeze everything back up. Opposite side. Squeeze back to center. So we lower slow, engaging all those muscles from the core all the way down through the hip flexor and the quad. But as you squeeze it up, concentrate on the torso. Take 3 more each side. Remember, legs do not come past the hip points. Last one. Legs up, bend the knees, give yourself a hug. Again, let that tailbone roll up, feel the stretch in the back body. And return with legs, soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Both legs now. So you can take any of the versions that we've done. If they're working for you, that's the whole point. 2 legs together form 1. Again, watch the low back. I only come down about 1/3. So you do you, right? You do your intensity, just watch the low back. As you inhale, lower the legs. And then squeeze them back up. So belly's in, legs lower. Big breath in, bring it all home. 5 more. Adjust anywhere along the line here. Notice your breath. Notice where in the body you feel this. And as you finish the last one, draw the knees back in, give yourself a hug. Feet come back down into that bridge position. Press into the feet, lift the hips. Spend a moment here. So I have my elbows bent, fingers towards the ceiling. So I'm pressing into the back of my arms, lifting my hips high, knees, thighs parallel to each other towards the back of the mat. This nice slope here, knees to hip points to shoulders. No weight in the head, no constriction in the neck. Take a breath. Let it go. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, remove whatever you were using underneath. Put it off to the side. Your choice, roll vertebrae by vertebrae or lower entire spine, meeting the mat at the same time. You choose. Walk the feet wide to the edges of your mat. And let's just windshield wiper right and left. Rinse it out. Walk the feet back, hip distance apart, grab your block. Place the block longwise from the knees down towards the calves. Again, your hands can come to rest right at the hip crease so that we pay attention to not drawing those knees closer into the chest. You can take your arms to cactus to open up your chest. We're going to work into the obliques here. If you want to hold on to your mat, that's also an option. So draw the breath in on the inhale, squeeze the block, big breath in. And on the exhale, drop the knees, hover to the left. Inhale squeezes that block as we come back to center and flow over to the right. So this is a big stretch into the obliques. Just come to where, alternating now back and forth, to where you feel a little bit of a stretch here. We never want to overdo this one. So keep it nice and controlled. Keep your breath nice and controlled. Exhaling to the sides, inhaling yourself back to the center and squeezing that block. It just isolates everything right into the middle body. Take 2 more sweeps each side. Feel into maybe, if you go a little lower, how does that feel? And then we'll all meet back at the center here. So just make any adjustments that you need to. We're going to go to each side and we're going to hover and hold for a full breath. So draw the belly in and under the ribs. Take a nice full deep breath. And on your exhale, squeeze the block. Any amount now, hover to the left. Shoulders are soft. The face is soft. The breath is soft. Draw an inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, pulls it back to center. Pause there, just kind of realign the hip points and the spine. Again, full breath in, draws the belly in, squeeze the block, and go to the right, hover right. Notice again, either side, what are you bringing in? Any tension that you can just release and let yourself relax the whole upper body. Squeeze that block. Big inhale here. Slow exhale. And then draw it back to center. Take the block into the hands. Draw the knees in. Take that rock side to side, hip point to hip point. Maybe make that rock a little bigger so that you might even rock and touch the side of the thigh. And then coming back to center, take a nice long stretch. Block is in the hands above the head. Big stretch here, toes away from the fingers. And yes, we're gonna pass the block. So I have my block in my hands above my head. Toes are pointing on a nice long line in the body. Draw the breath in, draw the belly in. And on the exhale, lift the legs, lift the block, send it off to the legs, to the toes, and down. Don't let the legs come past the hip points. You reach up for the block and then release everything down. The same rules apply here. If you begin to feel this into the back body, don't come down as far. If this is new, take a moment and just bend the legs and maybe you just pass off the block to the calves, right? And bend the knees. So we're all different levels here. Watch the ego, right? We're gonna take 3 more. Lift those shoulders off the mat. Relax and stretch. 2 more. Last one. Release the block to the side. Draw the knees in. Take the knees right and left. So like a happy baby, but modified. Curl the tailbone up, squeeze in. Draw the knees together, roll to one side. Make your way down to the belly. If you want to pause and add a cat and cow just for the spine, it's always nice. Then we'll bring the forearms down to the mat, lower the hips, find your Sphinx pose here. Sphinx is lovely after ab work. As you press your palms into the mat, drag your palms, your elbows towards your body. Let that lift the chest through the arms. Stretch from the belly button to the sternum, not up. Take it forward. Big stretch here into all the muscles we just worked. Maybe rotate the shoulders, a little right and left, just to release some of the front body. And we'll move into forearm plank here. So your choice. Interlace your hands at the center of your mat or keep them parallel. Interlacing gives you a little bit more support here. So I'm going to take the interlace this morning. I'm going to press into my fist and my forearms, tuck my toes, and lift my hips. So as I arrive here, send my heels back away from me, which takes my tailbone down towards the heels. Lift my chest and keep my gaze fixed on the fist. So my neck and spine are in alignment. The belly is drawn in nice and tight to support the spine. And here I come to my breath. I breathe in for 3. I breathe out for 3. I concentrate on the breath as I breathe in for 3. And as I release for 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again, big breath. And release. 3 more. Inhale fully. Exhale slow. Last big breath in. And as you exhale, drop the knees down. Release the clasp. Bring the hands, one palm stacked on the other. Elbows super wide. Let the chest fall. Let the head rest on the palms or on the back of the hands. Take a shimmy right into the hips. And if you're here for the 20-minute practice, this is where I invite you to turn off your device. Spend the next 3 to 5 minutes with yourself in silence, coming back to that one-word intention for your day. If you're going to join me for the following flow, take a moment. Take your hands underneath the shoulders. Press the body up. Send the hips back. Find a child's pose. Extend the lungs long in front of you. Nice and long. So feel into the spine, starting with that tailbone. With your knees together, draw the breath in so you can feel the back ribs expand. And with your exhale, belly softens. Reach those fingertips forward. Drop the head. 3 breaths. Walk the hands back towards the knees, right underneath the shoulders. Squeeze in the shoulders, good. And press your way up. Tuck the toes under. One of the benefits of a longer class is we get to do intensive toe pose. Yay. All right, so tucking the toes under, come back to sit on the hips. Notice immediately if that's too much, just bring yourself forward, plant the hands so that there's not as much weight of your body onto the toe joints. Or if this is brand new to you, just come up to a kneeling position, okay? We just want to get, for the health of our feet, some blood flow into the toe joints, opening up the arch, maybe bring your hands to prayer. As intense as it is, take that same intensity off the mat and notice what that does for your breath. As you deepen the breath, the body relaxes. As the body relaxes, the mind relaxes. And as the mind relaxes, the nervous system relaxes. Wherever you are in this pose, take one more full breath. And as you exhale, drop the hands down to the mat, untuck the toes, just give them a little pat out. And then come back. Now we're going to reverse. We're going to counter that stretch. So with the feet flat, set the hips back. Walk the fingers, just slide them back behind you. Press into your fingertips, open up the chest first. So shoulder tips go back, the chest opens, arch through the spine. Then relax the upper body and lift the right knee an inch or so off the mat. Just beginning that stretch from the toe all the way through the front of the ankle. Lower the right, maybe lift up the left. And again, you know your body. If you've had an injury to the ankles, this might be a good one just to pass up here. Good. Lower the left, maybe here, lift both. Just notice. You don't have to stay here, just notice. And for me, because I've done this many a year, I'll walk my hands forward. I'll test my balance. I draw my belly in with the breath. My hands rest lightly on my thighs, my gaze just to the top of the mat. And maybe, if I'm lucky, I can bring myself to prayer. Wherever you are, take a full breath. Let it go. Release the knees if you have them up. Place the hands on the mat. Come into your tabletop. So from table, again, let's work through the spine nice and slow. Take a couple cat-cows, traditional cat-cows to begin with. So lower that belly as you tip the tailbone and the heart up. Let all the air out as you curl and round. And then again, drop that belly and lift the heart. Exhale slow, round. Back to a neutral table. We're going to move into that heart melting pose. We did that several ways this week. You can do it one arm at a time. You can do that dynamic one arm at a time. I think we did that maybe Monday. Or you can join me just to feel into the spine. Walk both hands forward as you keep the hips back. Draw the belly in so there's no sag in the spine. As you continue to walk those fingers forward, allow the chest, the soft tissue under the arms to sink down towards your mat. Continue to slide the hands away. Maybe the head rests on a block or your mat. Take a big breath in here. Slide the fingers forward. If you want to intensify just a bit, press the heel of the hand into the mat as you raise the fingers towards the ceiling. Whatever position you're in, one arm or two, draw a deep breath. Release whatever is holding you, clenching here, the jaw, the face, belly's in. Let those shoulders open. Big breath. Then come down onto your forearms. Sink the hips back where we were in Sphinx before. Good. Legs can be any degree apart here. Press into your forearms to kind of lift the chest. Take that left arm, kind of slide it underneath, cross the body underneath here as far as you can to the right. So it's across the body like thread the needle, right? Take a moment. Relax the chin on that bicep. Maybe the head comes down to the mat or a block. So relax through the shoulders. Reach through those left fingers so you begin to feel an opening in the back of the shoulder on the left side. Full breath in. Move into half frog here. So bring that right knee out to the side, in line with the hip. Flex the right foot, ankle in line with the knee. Take a nice deep breath in here. As you exhale, release the body to the mat. A little bit of an opening through the pelvis, a little bit of an opening through the shoulder. Can you draw a deep breath? And then nice and easy, take that top hand, the right hand, and draw it out to the right side. So both hands over to the right. And then nice and slow, we're going to begin to roll onto the back body. So that right hand's just going to come over the left, down that left arm across the body, keep the knee to the side, and then extend the right arm out, coming into a gentle spinal twist. So if you need some support under that right arm, if you don't feel open enough here to allow the arms to rest on the mat, grab your block or your bolster or towel and just slide it underneath there. Enjoy a big breath into the ribs. Again, use that exhale to relax and release the body. Big breath. On your exhale, take that right hand up towards the ceiling across the body. Let it meet over there with the left. Slide it up overhead to the top of your mat. Press into that palm so that you can release the left arm from underneath you. Come back to the Sphinx upper body, lower body, half frog. So see if you can level out the hips here. Draw the palms towards the body so that the chest lifts forward, not up. And on your exhale, right leg joins the left. Back in our Sphinx, lift the heart, press into the left hand now so you can slide the right arm across the body under that left arm to the side. Come down onto that right shoulder tip, right temple. Maybe the chin rests on the bicep. Slide the left leg out directly from the hip joint. 90-degree angle there, 90-degree angle at the knee and at the ankle. Deep breath in. And as you exhale again, release everything you can release here to the mat. Let the pelvis sink. Let the back of the right shoulder open. Head relaxes. Nice and easy. Left hand's going to extend away from the head, then slide it across to meet that right hand. And then when you're ready, big breath. Let's let that left hand cover the bottom palm, ride the arm to the shoulder across the chest, to open on the opposite side. So again, arms coming to a T. Keep the knee nice and bent. Big breath. Exhale slow, release the body. Gentle spinal twist. Enjoy one more full breath. And as you let it go, let that left arm come up towards the ceiling across the body to meet over with that right palm. Relax the shoulders. Let that left fingertip travel overhead, plant the palm so that you can lift the upper body to remove the right arm, coming back to your Sphinx. Leg is still in that 90 degree out to the side. Press into your palms. Use those elbows like you could press them back to the ribs and let the upper body get nice and long. Hips nice and heavy. Pelvis opening. Draw in the breath and let it go. Left leg returns to the right. Last time, big breath, Sphinx pose. Send the heart forward. And then exhale. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. Press it back to your child's pose. Stretch it long. Fingers crawl to the top of your mat. The head can float, the head can rest. The focus here, again, is bringing space into the spinal column. Draw the breath. And on the exhale, let it go and relax the entire body. One more inhale. And then on the exhale, slide the hands back towards the body. Press into the palms. Lift the hips. Find a forward fold at the back of your mat. Head hangs. Arms dangle. Maybe you shift the hips side to side. Keep the knees bent. Let the belly rest on the thighs. Here it's again all about the spine. Find some room there. Any movement that feels good. If you have your block nearby, place the block right underneath your head. It's not necessary. You don't need the block here. Using the block or the mat, take the left hand, press it down to the block or the mat. Nice micro bend into the knees. Take that right arm out to the side and up overhead. So begin to stack here through the shoulders. Bend into that left knee now. As much as you can, straighten the right. Beginning to open up the back of the leg, but also the twist. Allow the chest to come out to the side. Roll through the wrist. Spread the fingers wide and make a fist. Roll through the wrist the other way. Spread the fingers wide and make a fist. Nice. Bend the elbow. Take that half bind. Hand comes to the small of the back or reaches around to that side waist. Press into the hand. Rotate deeper. Chest lifting up towards the ceiling. Big breath in. Keep the bend in that left leg. Notice what's happening in the right. Inhale. And as you exhale, lift the arm back to the ceiling and nice and slow, let it come down to replace the left. Plant the right palm, bend the right knee, straighten the right leg. Straighten the left leg. Left arm goes up, stack the shoulders. Keep a bend into the right knee here, straighten through the left. Begin to feel the muscles in the back of the leg. Roll through the wrist. Spread the fingers wide, thumb away from pinky. Draw it in for a fist. Roll the wrist the opposite way. Spread the fingers wide. Make a fist. And find your half bind on this side. So bend the elbow, bring the back of the hand to wherever it can connect. Press into that, rotate. Let that open you up just a little bit more. Big breath in. Slow breath out. Releasing the blind, nice and slow. Arms restack. And then nice and easy, let's bring the left hand to meet the right. Hang in a forward fold. Big breath in, slow breath out. Slowly, like a rag doll, bend the knees, press into your feet. Roll your way up to stand. Let those arms drift out to the side. Let them drift overhead. Reach and extend the body up. Right hand reaches for the left wrist. Take those left fingertips up as far as you can. Then take a lateral bend. Breathe into the left ribs. Inhale back to center. Switch it out. Send those right fingertips up. Left wrist takes that right arm over. Notice your breath. Bring it up. Reach it up. Switch sides. Right hand, left wrist. We go again. This time we take it a little further. Release the wrist. Cut the elbows. Sink that head back into that box and use the weight of the elbows to deepen the side stretch. Big breath in here. Slow breath out. Inhale, back to center. Re-extend the arms. Left hand reaches for the right wrist. Take it over to the left. Let that elbow go back so we're not collapsing. Release the wrists. Cup the elbows. Tuck the head, bicep, and the ear connect. Let the weight drop you deeper. And inhale, back to center. Take the arms slowly down. Interlace behind the back. Make that fist, squeeze it together, squeeze the shoulder blades as you straighten the arms, open the chest, open the front of the shoulders. And then as you fold, begin to bend the knees. The belly comes down towards the thighs. Head still up, chest still open. As you come down into your fold, crown of the head to the mat, the fist lifts up to the ceiling. Lift it up, feel the shoulder joint, then let it fall over the head. 2 breaths. Slowly release the clasp. Bring the fist down to the sacrum. Release. Let the arms come back, fingers to the earth. Arms dangle. Head dangles. Belly rests. And then nice and slow, ragdoll back up to meet in Tadasana. Arms beside the body, palms out. Close down the eyes and from the top of the head down. Release the muscles in the face, the jaw, the shoulders down, shoulder blades squeeze down the back. Palms are open to receive whatever we need to receive here. Engage the glutes and the belly, the quads as the kneecaps lift. Lift all 10 toes. See how high you can get that big toe off of the mat and hold there. Then one at a time, drop the pinkies down to the mat. As you feel into your foot, slide the weight into the balls of the feet and subtly shift it back to the heels. Again, slow, easy motion forward and back. Heels to the balls. And then shift blade edge of the foot to the inner arch. So just making this movement through all the parts of your foundation until you feel centered. Equal distribution of weight. Blink the eyes open. Walk to the top of your mat. And let's flow through some sun salutations. So as you arrive, again, gentle bend in the knees, right? Not robotic here. Lift the arms up, overhead, reach and extend, maybe find a baby back bend. And then bring that prayer through your heart as you forward fold. Let everything fall towards the mat. Nothing to hold up here, spine nice and long. When you're ready for the in-breath, hands to the shins, nice straight back. Take the shoulder tips onto the back body, gaze is straight down. And then release, belly to the thighs, crown of the head towards the bottom of the mat. Press into the feet, slowly rise, lift the arms out, lift the arms up, find your prayer. Take the back bend, draw the prayer to the heart. Soften the shoulders. Twice more now on your own. Inhaling fully. Use each breath here to make the movement last as long as the breath. I'm not going to cue this. You roll through your body. Make it your moving meditation. What's that one word intention you set? Draw it in here now as you flow through your body. And finishing up this last one. Let's meet in prayer Tadasana, taking your time. Feel back into your foundation. Draw the prayer right into the heart space, soften the shoulders. We'll move into a lunge sequence here. So on your inhale, let's reach it up, rise up, stretch up. And this time, why don't we swan dive, arms out to the side, straight spine, forward fold. Halfway lift and fold. Plant the hands, step that right foot way back, find that runner's lunge first. So just check knee over the ankle. Good. Drop that back knee, untuck the toes. Good. As you're here, slide forward so you begin to feel that right hip flexor. Then bring both hands to the top of the thighs, interlace, press into the thighs, lift yourself out, reestablish the hips here, level them out, straighten the spine, draw the belly, and then sink back without collapsing, nice and controlled. Spine lifts, heart lifts. Any degree you choose the stretch here. Some of us are tighter. Some of us can allow the pelvis to come forward while maintaining a nice straight spine. Take a full breath. Bring the fingertips down to frame the foot. Peel the hips back towards that back heel. Half splits. I keep my foot flat first just to get that nice stretch from the toes to the top of the foot to the top of the ankle. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Lift the front toes. So here we're not resting on that back heel. The hip is right over the knee. Draw the belly in, and as you do so, send the heart past those big toes. Big breath. Drop towards that pinky so the toes head over to the left. Notice how that changes the stretch. Keep the belly drawn in. Bring the toes back up and take them right. Big breath in and back up. Beautiful. Walk the hands forward as you lower that front foot. Sink the hips one more time. Your choice here, moving into the quads. If we're going to work the hamstrings, we got to work their partner, the quads. So bend into that back knee, lift the heel, any amount. Just try to pull the heel up so that you begin to feel the engagement of the quad on the right side. If it's there for you, you can take the left hand back to reach for the ankle or the foot. Wherever you are in this pose, draw that deep breath in and slow breath out. Releasing the ball of the foot back down, frame the front foot. Nice. Press up so that lifting that back knee. Plant the right hand on the inside of the foot. Let's take a twist over to the left. Again, restack through the shoulders. Chest rotates to the left. Circle that arm down, forward, and up. Down, forward, and up. Last time. Down, forward, and up. Pause here. Nice. Bring the hand down inside the foot. So both hands inside the foot. Pivot that back foot and begin to walk towards the long end of your mat. Finding yourself in a wide angle, forward fold. Knees slightly bent, crown of the head lowers towards the mat. Again, we dangle here through the arms. Full breath. Walk the fingertips forward, keep the hips back, just like our heart melting pose or down dog upper body. Reach the fingertips, sink the chest, open the shoulders. Big breath. Then walk the hands back toward you, flip them around so your fingers face behind you, and continue the walk as far as you can. Fingertips reaching far behind, drawing the head down towards the mat. Again, keep a slight bend. Easy breath. Then walk your hands back right underneath your shoulders. Take a bend into the right leg. Find that side lunge. Open up left thigh. Bring it back to center, straight spine, and take it left. So alternate here, center to right, center to left. Nice, come back here, hands on both ankles. Use that leverage, straight spine, belly in, bring it down. Bend the elbows, let them go straight out to the side. Big stretch. And then place the hands right underneath the shoulders. Take that walk here, pivot the feet towards the top of the mat. Draw the right foot to meet the left, hang in a forward fold. Find your half lift and find your fold. And then press into your feet, bend your legs. Let's bring it all the way up, all the way. Reach it out, reach it up. Find the prayer, a little back bend, and hands to heart. Nice. Second side. Inhale, reach. And exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Nice and long, tailbone to the crown. Fold down. Plant the hands, send that left foot back. Runner's lunge first, so set it up. Then drop that back knee, untuck the toes. Find yourself here, low lunge. Hands come to the thighs. Press the thigh away, lift up. Center your hips. Again, belly's drawn in, shoulder tips back. Reestablish your lunge. Any amount now, we're not sinking into it, it's controlled. If this side is tighter, you don't go down as far. If you feel a little looser, let the hip flexor relax and open. 3 breaths. Moving into the half splits. Fingertips frame the front foot. Peel the hips back to straighten that front leg. If you did so on the other side, keep the foot flat first. Notice how that feels in the top of the foot, the front of the ankle. Again, belly draws in, heart is forward. Then peel the feet, the toes up, press through that heel. Breathe into the stretch on the right leg. Drop the toes over to the right. Press through that heel. Bring them back to center. Drop them over to the left. And back to center. Big breath, re-extend the spine here. Then slowly begin to lower the foot as you walk the hands forward, finding that low lunge. Pause here. Quad stretch. As you're ready, pick up the back foot, bend that back knee. Any amount, draw the heel towards the glutes. Feel the engagement of the quad. And again, if you can reach back for the pant leg or the ankle, draw it in deeper. Notice your breath. That's your teacher here. Nice. Slowly release the foot, the ball of the foot down to the mat. Curl the toes under, lift the back knee. Runner's lunge. Plant the left hand. Let's take that twist over to the right. Reach the top fingers towards the ceiling. Keep that knee hugged in towards the chest. It's going to want to flay out. Press through the bottom palm, reach through the top fingers. Big breath. Circle the arm. Down, forward, and up. Down, forward, and up. Last time. Down, forward, and up. Release the hand inside the foot. Both hands there. Pivot the feet. Let's take a walk to the long edge of the mat. Heel toe the feet in just a bit. Toes out, heels in. Spine is nice and long. Fingertips on the mat under the shoulders. As you're ready, hug in that belly. Sit the hips back into that chair as far as you can. And then plant the hands and straighten the legs. So let's flow this. Sit down into the chair. As you come down, can you lift your toes? And then refold. Twice more. Squat down, pelvis down, spine is straight. Relax and release as you fold. Last one, option to stay here, option to flow. So if you have Malasana, take your Malasana. Otherwise, continue the flow to forward fold. Use your breath. And if you're flowing, this next flow, when the hips are back, stay there. We'll plant the hands, one to the front of the mat, one to the back, so we can just release the hips down to the mat. Bring the legs out in front. Give them a nice little shake. Bring the soles of the feet together, our cobbler pose. So the hands reach for the top of the ankles to draw them in. Then take those hands to the inside of the toes and just peel the toes back just a little bit. My screen doesn't show it, but the toes back towards the top of the feet. Just for another stretch there. And release that gently. Keep the right leg as it is, extend the left leg out. So you're in this like tree position here, right? With the sole of the right foot tucked into the thigh. Find that belly in and up, nice straight spine. Lift the arms and forward fold. Seated forward fold. Take your hands, cross at the wrists and reach for the ankle or the calf. Using that cross so that the right crosses over the left. Keep the heart forward, find your fold. Big breath in, belly draws in. You might find some more room. Nice. Slowly lift up. Bring yourself all the way up. Take that right hand, place it behind you. Press down into that palm as you lift your hips off of the mat. Circle the left arm overhead. So press through the left heel, reach through the left fingers. Lift those hips higher, maybe even rotate to more of a back bend. Full body stretch to end the class here. Use it, use the breath. And then slowly draw it down. Circle the arms around and outside that left leg and take a bow, counter stretch. And back up to center. Switch out. Sit tall. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Crisscross the wrists. Reach for the calf or the ankle or the sides of the foot. Use that. Draw the belly in. Soften over the leg. Big breath. Keeping that heart forward, gaze forward, release, slide the hands back up. Take that left hand behind you. Put the weight in that hand, lift the hips, circle the right arm up and back. Press through that right heel, reach through those fingers. And if you did so on the other side, maybe open it up to more of a back bend, a baby wild thing. Big breath. And then flow. Draw everything down and around for your counter stretch. And then return to center. Both feet plant on the mat. Hands behind the knee crease. Tuck the chin in, and as slow as you can, C-curve the spine to bring yourself down onto the back body. Nice and slow. Engage that core that we worked. Nice and easy. As you arrive on your back, allow the knees to fold into the chest. Take a nice rock, side to side. Feel into the entire back. Hands come to rest lightly on top of the knees. Send the knees right and left. Kind of like a modified happy baby here. Draw the belly in. Send the knees towards the bottom of the mat as you roll more onto the tailbone. Knees come together and then draw them in. And as you draw them in, feel yourself rolling up the spine. And again, we go wide with the knees. We roll onto the tailbone as we draw the knees towards the back of the mat. And then nice and slow, roll it up, hug it in. Any last movements you want? We'll be moving into our final resting pose of Shavasana. So we're at home here. We have the benefit of lots of props for Shavasana. I'm going to use my chair and I'm going to prop my legs up on the chair. So you find what's good for you. Legs up the wall, legs on the coffee table, wherever you arrive. Check in first. Squeeze the shoulder blades underneath you to release the shoulder tips down. Pick up the head so that you can tuck that chin in towards the chest. Find length in the back of the neck. Allow the arms to go wide. Use all your space, all the energy that's around you. Then draw the deep breath in through the nose. And collectively, we'll sigh it out the mouth. One more time, deep breath in. And this time, as you sigh it out, let the body go. Let the mind go. Let everything be heavy. Everything be loose. Shavasana. We'll close here. But please invite yourself to stay as long as you can. Namaste. I don't want to disturb you. I'm going to roll to the side to stop recording. Please, again, enjoy your Shavasana. Hips and hammies in our jammies. Come on down to the back body. And this morning, my head's going to face you on the camera because we're going to work with the straps. So it's a better angle than to have my rear end in your screen. So make your way down. Again, if you can prop yourself up just to lift the heart, maybe with a towel or a bolster or even a block, support the head. Let's bring the legs, if you can this morning, and I know it's early, into Supine Baddha Konasana butterfly pose. So the soles of the feet come together, the knees go wide, and we just begin this gentle opening through the groin, the inner thigh, and the outer hip. And again, support yourself. Use a pillow, a block, whatever you need underneath the outside of the thigh. Maybe the hands rest on the belly and the heart. We soften through the shoulders, so when we have this nice lift into the heart space, it allows our shoulders to drop down towards the mat, away from the ears. Head is supported, the chin is tucked, so we have a little bit of length in the back of the neck. Close down the eyes and, just greet your day. Greet your mat, my best friend, my mat. Take a nice full inhale in through the nose. Fill the body with breath and prana and energy. And then release it slowly so that you can feel the whole body just melt down. Couple more breaths. You, your breath, your body, your mat, your practice. Maybe constrict the breath, that ujjayi that you can hear. And on this beautiful day, set an intention. Maybe not an intention for yourself this morning. Maybe an intention for someone else who isn't able to practice in the morning to set the tone for their day. You send out vibes to them. Take a nice full deep breath in and release the breath slow. Allow the hands to come outside of the thighs. Gently draw the knees together at center. Roll to one side and release any of the props that you're using. Make sure that your strap is right near you and draw the knees into the chest. So let's just take a moment, rock side to side. Just feel into the back body. Low back pain is often due to tight hips, tight hip flexors, a tight piriformis. So we're just going to open up this morning with the strap. Take a moment, draw the right knee into the chest, extend the left leg long, let it hover, just to wake up a little bit of the core, draw the shoulders and the head off of your mat towards the knee. And then switch it out. Left knee hugs in, right leg hovers, chest, head lifts. One more time each side. And plant both feet on the mat. Reach for your strap. So I place the buckle, because I have a metal buckle, into my palm so it doesn't smack me. And then draw the right knee into the chest. We'll take that strap around the ball mount of the right foot. And before we stretch the leg out, just slide your hands down the strap so that the back of the arms and the shoulders rest nice and easy on your mat. This is not an upper body workout, so we don't want the death grip on the strap. And once you arrive here, upper body relaxed, then begin to lift that heel towards the ceiling, any amount. Leg does not have to be straight. But what I'd like is that leg to be right over the hip, right over that hip point. So we're bringing that femur right into the hip joint, and just pause there, relax there, and feel into the leg. And as the body softens and the mind softens and the nervous system settles, then maybe you can stretch that heel just a little further up, beginning to feel the back of the hamstrings and the calf, the Achilles and the ankle. Just pause here. So the leg being right over the hip bone. Now we're just going to draw the leg in. So the thigh coming closer to the chest. And then release it back right over that hip point. So beginning to coax the glutes, the hamstrings, draw it in towards the chest and release it back. And just take this movement 3 or 4 times just to warm up that hip. The Foot is flexed, that dorsiflexion here, toes pointing down towards the face, heel up towards the ceiling. Next time that thigh comes in close to the body, let's pause there. Pause and draw it in maybe a little bit further. Notice your breath. And just so the left leg doesn't feel left out, let's just drop that left knee out to the side. Any amount, and support it if you need to. Then put the strap into your right hand. And as you bring that thigh in close to the body, let the leg now fall out to the right. So we don't want it way down. We want it to hug that thigh in and then let the foot drop out. So it's a little bit harder here than just flopping the leg over. Find that spot where you feel the stretch first. Then use your breath. Big breath in. Slow exhale out. And maybe as you exhale, begin to press that heel away on a diagonal. So again, a big stretch through the inner thigh. Relax the whole upper body here. Continue to pull those toes towards the top of your mat. Notice the difference in the stretch. Take a full breath. Draw that left knee back up now. And straighten the left leg. So slide the left heel down towards the bottom of your mat. Place your left hand right on top of that left hip bone, and let's just keep that hip nice and firm on the mat. Take a big breath in and draw the right leg back up to neutral. Take a full breath. Switch the strap into the left hand. Draw the leg across the body, only to, like if you were looking at a clock, 10 o'clock. So here, maybe the thumb into the right hip crease to keep that hip down, and move the leg any amount so that you begin to feel the stretch through the IT band outside of that right leg. Again, keep the right hip down. We could probably all just kind of flop right over to here, right? But right now, we're working right into the outside of the right leg. Deep breath in. And a slow breath out. One more inhale. And slow exhale. Bend back into that left knee. Place that right ankle on top of that left thigh, coming into that figure 4 shape. So just here, remove the strap from around the foot. Keep it in your left hand. Bring your right fingertips inside the inner thigh. Lightly press into the thigh to send the knee away from the body. Again, feeling this opening surrounding the whole right hip. Pause there. Big breath in. And then on your exhale, I'd like you to bring that knee, use your hands, bring the knee in towards the chest, towards that left shoulder. Hold it in. Beginning to stretch from the back body through the right hip, the glutes, the piriformis. Just hug it in. And then nice and easy, send it back. Fingertips inside the thigh, press the thigh away from the body. And without the use of your hands, release that. Use your core, use your hip strength, draw the whole leg structure into the chest. Flex through both feet here. Take that strap around the left shin, both hands. See if you can draw the leg structure in just a little bit further. And here, use your breath. This is a big stretch. So deep breath in. And as you exhale, see if you can relax the hips down and let the right hip open. 2 breaths. Release the strap, set it to the side. Left foot comes down to the mat, the whole leg structure, glue it in place and just let it fall over to the right. So the right ankle is resting outside of the left thigh. Slide that left foot down a little bit so you can bring the left knee closer to the mat. Enjoy a nice stretch here at hip, IT band to the knee. You want a little bit more, let's use the arm and stretch it overhead. So big stretch here from the knee to the hip, through the ribs, the shoulder to the fingers. Draw a deep breath in. And a slow breath out. If the arm is overhead, just bring it back, lift the knees back up. Remove the ankle, put the feet wide on your mat and just take a windshield wiper. Externally, internally rotating through both hips. Then we'll move to the other side. So walk the feet back to center. Draw the left knee in towards the chest. Take that strap around the ball mount. And again, it's early. We're not just going to fly that leg up. Get nice and comfortable in the upper body and then nice and slow, lift the heel towards the ceiling. Any amount, keep the knee bent. Just begin to feel into that left hamstring. Let that leg just fall straight down into the hip socket first. So we're not pulling it forward. Just lift the heel, toes towards the face. Let that femur bone kind of rest right into the hip socket. And then strap into both hands. Gently draw the thigh in closer to the chest. And then release back to that neutral position. A couple more times here. Let the arms rest lightly on the mat. Maybe each time that thigh comes a little bit closer to the body. Last time like that, and then we're going to hold it in. So draw that leg in closer to the body. Take a nice full breath. Lift the heel higher, point the toes down. Relax into the pose here. And then drop that right knee out to the side. Strap comes into the left hand. Place the right hand on top of that right hip bone, and then drop the left leg out to the left. So keep the thigh in close to the body. We're not flying that leg out towards the bottom of the mat. We actually want the leg to come towards the top of the mat on a diagonal. Both hips nice and level on the mat. Use your breath here. Big breath in. And on the exhale, where can you soften? One more inhale. And on the exhale, let's bring that right knee back up and notice what it feels like to extend the right leg long. Press the heel away from you. Keep the right hip down onto the mat. Active right leg, and let's draw the left leg back up to center. I'll put the strap into both hands. Draw it in, toes coming towards the face. Full breath. And then take the strap into the right hand, and we're going to just draw that left leg across the body. If you were looking at a clock, maybe 2 o'clock. Just enough that you feel the sensation right into the outside of the left leg. Put that left thumb right into that hip crease to hold that hip down. Press the heel away. Use your breath here. Relax into the pose. Nice and easy. Full breath in. Slow breath out. Draw that leg back up. Take a bend into that right knee. And let's take the left ankle across the body to rest on the thigh. Remove the strap, flex that left foot, and very gently, fingertips inside the left thigh, just to press it away. Each side is different, so notice the differences. It's really kind of amazing. Dominant side and the side that we don't use as much. Press the knee away from the body. Then allow that knee to come in towards the chest, knee coming towards that right shoulder. Use your hands on the outside of that left thigh to hug it in. Hold there, just feel all the space you're creating from the low back through the glute. And then press it back, nice and easy. Let that knee go away from the body. Use your hands lightly. And then we'll release the hands and we'll use our core and we'll use that strength in our hips. Draw the whole leg structure in towards the chest. Flex through both of your feet here. Easy does it. And then if you did so on the other side and you want to take that strap around the right shin, let that right foot now just dangle down and draw the strap in close to the body. Soften those shoulders. Notice if you brought any tension into the face. Take a full deep breath. And let it go nice and slow. One more inhale. And a nice slow exhale. Releasing the strap, let's bring the right foot down to the mat. Keep the leg structure as it is and just slide the knees over to the left. Left ankle riding on the outside of the right thigh. Again, if it helps you, slide that right foot down towards the bottom of your mat so that you can bring both knees closer to the mat. Take a full breath. Maybe extend that right arm overhead, a 2-for-1 here. Stretch the fingers away. So you're making all this space from the hip to the fingers, but from the hip to the knee. Big breath in. As you exhale, relax the body. Let it just sink into the mat. And then we'll draw that arm back down. Use your core, pick up the legs, release the ankle, and draw everything into the chest. Place the hands lightly on top of the knees and send the knees wide, right and left. So here, this is a modification for what a happy baby. Yeah, so again, use the weight of the hands resting on top of those shins. Use the forearms to widen like you were in a squat position. Take a full breath. And as you exhale, draw the knees back into the chest, give them a squeeze. Take that strap now around the ball mounds of both feet. And engaging your core, draw the belly in, both legs, just like one leg, go towards the ceiling. So again, notice the grip on your strap, not a death grip. Slide the hands down so the back of the arms rest lightly. Then as you draw the belly in, begin to bring the toes over the face. So big stretch through both legs here. Any amount, just draw it in and pause. We're going to hold this for 5 breaths. No cheating. Make them long breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling out of the nose. Spine is totally supported on the mat. Shoulders soften away from the ears. Jaw relaxes. Just kind of melt into the stretch. And then we're going to begin to bring the balls of the feet together overhead. Let the knees go wide. Maybe circle your hands around the straps so that you can draw the feet in closer to the groin, like a floating cobbler here. Take a full breath. And then on your next breath, gently lower the feet so they're coming to the mat on the blade edge. Hold your strap here so that you're hugging those heels in close to the groin. Then release the strap. Let the knees fall wide. A hand to the belly, a hand to the heart. Close down the eyes. Draw a full breath in. See how long you can make the exhale. Again, a full breath in. And the slowest exhale to wash through the body. That person that you set your intention for at the beginning of practice, bring them to your mind's eye. Take one more breath, and particularly on the exhale, send them some love. I'll see you guys tomorrow, Friday flow class. Namaste. Take your time. When you're ready to come out, use the hands here to draw the knees together. Roll over onto one side, find that little fetal position before you start your day. I'll see you tomorrow.